Hello, so this is Dark Bribe here. Firstly, if I come off as incoherent or rambly, and if my points don't make sense, or as much sense as I would like them to make, I apologize. But I also don't care. Primarily because I just wanted to make this video really quick, render it, upload it, and be done with it. Why am I talking about Blaire White after such a long period of time of not talking about her? I think I talked about her way back in the day, like 2017. To give you context to when this was, ContraPoints, Natalie Wynn, was genderqueer / non-binary at the time. So this is before Natalie Wynn accepted that she was trans. Blaire White, I think I can safely say, is the conservative, good, trans. I do not feel that Blaire White is worthy of any form of respect, considering what she has done, who she decides to associate herself with, and who she decides to vote for in terms of the presidency. Blaire White made a video defending Mike Pence. Fundamentalist, authoritarian Mike Pence is not a danger to the trans community. I am not trans, obviously. I am cis. However, I am someone who cares deeply about trans issues because I know people in my life who are trans, and I feel that it is my duty to stand in solidarity and to call out bad faith arguments to defend the trans community, because that's what a good ally does. A good ally is not silent. A good ally is vocal and blunt when it is called for. One of the many reasons I am attacking Blaire White is because of a video I saw just now, just titled Blaire White. Here's the person who made the video. In this video, he debunks several of Blaire White's arguments, specifically in regards to a trans bodybuilder, male to female, and how she clickbaited this video to make it seem like this bodybuilder wants to compete in female bodybuilding. She did this deliberately, and with the platform that she has, she decided to clickbait everyone, have bad faith arguments, which led to this bodybuilder getting unnecessary hate. She even commented on Blaire's video saying, "You lied." Blaire White is a coward and is not taking this down. Blaire White is obviously not an honest actor. Blaire White does not give a damn about the trans community, considering the causes she decides to fight for, and considering the views that she holds. One of the things I really loved in several of ContraPoint's videos, I'm going to cite one example here, was how she brought up that trans people cringe when they do not see a quote-unquote good representation of the trans community because they are marginalized. So you might think Blaire White is here to legitimize trans rights by setting it in a binary. Doing this does not help the trans community in any way. Doing this makes it very difficult for trans people who do not fit any gender binary to feel welcomed in society. And if you think that is justifiable, then you are wrong, both logically and morally wrong. It is morally objectionable when you demonize a marginalized group of people. What Blaire White has done by coming off as I'm the good trans woman, I'm the good one, I will defend J.K. Rowling because, I'm going to be contrarian and take the mainstream opinion that trans women are males who are sexual predators and want to abuse women and girls. That's the narrative that Blaire White is pushing when she decides to defend J.K. Rowling. It's what I like to call shooting yourself in the foot. Rather than standing up in solidarity with your trans brothers and sisters, you join in on the bullying that leads to you getting demonized. Just because, I pass. You think that allows you to be accepted in society? Clearly, if your friend Ben Shapiro doesn't recognize you as a woman, even though it makes no sense to do so, whether you passed or not, this should have been a form of awakening to make you realize maybe the stance I'm taking isn't really the most practical stance to take. But no, because it fills your wallet. Because you have Patreon followers that want to see a trans woman defend mainstream values, then that's good enough for you. Even though the content you produce is very damaging. I'm aware that Miss White will not watch my video. I will say this. I believe in equality as a principle. I believe in making sure that marginalized groups of people are accepted in our society and are not just tolerated, but treated equally. Because it is the morally correct thing to do. My main anger with Blaire White is the damage she does to trans people. The fact that she doesn't research any of the things she talks about to an extent where making a video would be justified. I take offense to this because as a college student, you gotta cite literally everything. You gotta read as much as possible. When you're watching a documentary, you have to watch it all the way through. Not little bits and pieces. You have to watch it all the way through. And you have to think about it. And then you can make your opinion piece. You don't watch 30-something minutes or less of a documentary or a clip from a documentary and go, well, that's all I need to see. That's all I need to hear to make a video about this topic. I find it frankly disgusting that Blaire White makes the kind of content she makes. Now you might go, well, Blaire White attacks Onision. Blaire White calls out Onision. Blaire White does some good. I will not discredit some of her efforts. I will, however, call out her despicable stances when it comes to trans people. With that in mind, live long and prosper and have a nice day.